Back in 1960, not long before the start of the Super Bowl era, Hall of Fame quarterback Johnny Unitas threw for 3,099 yards, marking the first time in NFL history a player cleared 3,000 yards in a single season. Roughly 60 years later, we could soon see a quarterback double that mark. As we enter the 2021 NFL season, 5,477 stands out as the NFL single-season passing record, set in 2013 as a 37-year-old fellow named Peyton Williams Manning with the Denver Broncos. Ever heard of him? Now that that league has added a 17th game, that record is in immediate jeopardy, and a previously unreachable target of 6,000 yards isn't out of the question. So here's who could hit the record of 6,000 passing yards in 2021. Number 1, Dak Prescott, Cowboys. You're expecting to see Mahomes here, weren't you? Let me explain. Prescott finished second in passing yards in 2019, 4,902, and was on a 17-game pace of 7,183 yards in the 4 full games last season prior to suffering a season-ending ankle injury. Prescott has completed 66% of his career pass attempts, peaking at 68% in 2018 and 2020, and he has finished top 5 in yards per average in 3 of his first 5 seasons, including 2019 and 2020. His 9.4 yard average depth of target, ADOT, in 2019 ranked 4th in the NFL. Prescott will benefit greatly from Mike McCarthy's offense. Dallas averaged 35.5 seconds between snaps, second fastest in 2020 and 12th over the past decade, and 1,109 offensive snaps, second, 11th, last season. McCarthy is generally called a pass-heavy offense and was a bit of above average in that department while Prescott was healthy last season. Prescott's ankle injury could be considered to be a red flag, but note as he appeared in all 64 of Dallas's regular season games during his first 4 NFL seasons, playing at least 98% of the snaps each season from 2017 to 2019. Prescott does pull down the ball and run at times, though he scrambled 20 times during his past full season in 2019, so this isn't a concerned area. Dallas's offense led by Prescott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, and a good now healthy offensive line is loaded. But his defense is arguably among the bottom 5 in the NFL, which is good news in this scenario. Prescott in his prime at the age of 28 and in a near perfect situation to push for 6,000 yards. Prescott on 6K. I don't want to throw for 6,000 yards to be honest with you. That means we're not running the ball. That means we're probably doing things that we need to do to be a balanced winning team. Sure, it would be great to have those numbers and to break that or to have that record or whatever it is, but it's not something that I put in my head. As I said, I want to be the best offense in the NFL, and I think that the best way we can do that is if I'm not throwing that many yards, or a run game is working, we're playing complementary football, and we're winning a lot of games. And I think if that's the case, then hopefully I'm not playing as many fourth quarters trying to come back and do the 2-minute drills we were doing in the first 5 games that got me a lot of those numbers last year. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs. If a sportsbook generated odds for the league's first 6,000 yard passer, my guess is Mahomes would be the favorite. The 25-year-old threw for 5,097 yards in his first full season as a starter in 2018. The former league and Super Bowl MVP benefits from an extremely pass-heavy offense adjusted for game script. The Chiefs were the pass-heaviest team in the NFL last season, led by coach who called a pass-first offense in each of the past 12 seasons. We know efficiency won't be an issue. Career 8.4 yards per attempt, 66% completion percentage, and Mahomes doesn't run enough to make us overly concerned, 62 carries in 2020. Though pace of play is a slight issue, Mahomes makes up for it with the aforementioned efficiency, and the Chiefs' average of 6.48 plays per drive last season was the highest mark in the league ever since the Colts averaged the same in 2006. Mahomes would top this list if Reid's offense had more urgency. It finished below average in pace every season he has been with the team, but nonetheless, he's still one of the best bets to reach 6,000. Mahomes on 6K. It's going to be tough for a guy to get all the way to 6K, but I am sure guys will battle, and I mean, the quarterback play that we have these days, I'm sure at some point someone might be able to get there. Number 3, Tom Brady, Buccaneers. Brady threw for 4,633 yards last season, 3rd most in the league, while completing a heavy 66% of his passes. His 7.6 yards per attempt isn't good enough, but aggressive 8.9 ADOT gives him the opportunity for big plays. Tampa Bay hung around league average in pace of play and snaps last season. But big play totals are nothing new for Brady, as his Patriots ran 1,191 offensive plays in 2012, highest the league has seen over the past decade, and 1,138 in 2013, 4th most. Durability isn't much of a concern. He hasn't missed a game due to injury in over a decade, and we know he won't pull the ball down and run. He hasn't cleared 6 scrambles in a season since 2016. Arians operates a pass-heavy scheme, and as such, Tampa Bay ran the league's game script adjusted 5th heaviest passed offense last season. The main roadblock for Brady is a standout defense that returns all starters from 2020 and figures to limit the team's second half shootouts. Adding to Brady's outlook and support from the league's best wide receiver trio in Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown, not to mention seam-stretching tight end Rob Gronkowski, Brady hasn't reached 4,900 yards since he threw for 5,235 in 2011, but the 44-year-old is in one of the best positions for a run at 6K.
I feel like, to be at the top or to give your team a chance to win every season, you have to, put a lot into it. And I try to, bring my best every day. I try to be the best, teammate, leader, and also physically to stay prepared, because no one wants someone that, is taking up space.
Number 4, Matthew Stafford, Rams. Huge volume is nothing new for Stafford, who, as noted earlier, holds the NFL record for pass attempts in a single season with 727. He threw for 4,967 yards that season, which was actually a step back from his 5,038 yards in 2011. Stafford hasn't cleared 4,500 yards over the past 7 seasons, but the 33-year-old situation has changed pretty drastically now that he's working with Sean McVay in Los Angeles. McVay's offense moves at a rapid pace, ranking 8th in pace of play, 37.8, and 3rd in offensive stats, 1,087 last season. His offense ranked 3rd in pace, 36.9, and 8th in snaps, 1,049, in 2019, so there seems to be a trend. McVay called a balanced offense last season, though he did lean slightly towards the pass, not quite pass heavy during the prior seasons. Stafford has a history of good efficiency, completing at least 64% of his passes each of the past 6 seasons, and peaking with 8.6 yards per average in 2019, 7.2 career yards per average. Stafford has never cleared 26 scrambles in a single season, and hasn't recorded 29 carries in a season since 2016, so we don't have to worry about the lost volume there. The biggest red flag for Stafford is a Los Angeles defense that was the best in the NFL last season. That unit lost coordinator Brandon Staley and several key players during the offseason, so a big step back is possible and necessary if Stafford wants to make a run at 6K yards. Stafford on 6K. Slight chuckle. I don't even want to think about that number. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will, but I don't even know. Who led this is terrible. I don't even know who led the league in passing last year. But yeah, I bet it'll happen. Number 5, Aaron Rodgers, Packers. Aaron Rodgers' career high in passing yards is 4,643, and that was set way back in 2011. Even during last season's MVP campaign, Rodgers threw for only 4,299 yards, ranking 7th, despite a career high and league best 70.7% completion percentage, as well as an 8.2 yards per average, 4th. Durability, he has appeared in 16 regular season games in 6 of the past 7 seasons, and scrambling, max of 46 carries in each of the past 4 seasons, aren't concerns. But there are several determinants to Rodgers' outlook. They include sloth-like offense that averaged 42.6 seconds between snaps last season, easily slowest in the NFL, which led to Green Bay's offense running 989 plays, 6th fewest. Another roadblock is a good Green Bay defense that allowed only 39 touchdowns last season, 8th fewest, and remained strong on paper entering 2021. The more than offset Matt LaFleur's game script adjusted 7th heaviest pass offense, Rodgers has the talent needed to reach 6,000 yards milestone, perhaps not the situation. Number 6, Justin Herbert, Chargers. Looking for a sleeper to throw 6,000 yards this season? Herbert is your guy. The 2026th overall pick enjoyed one of the best seasons ever for a rookie quarterback last season. Despite sitting out in week 1, Herbert threw for 4,336 yards, ranking 6th, and ranked 4th in dropbacks, pass attempts, and completions. His efficiency, 67% completion percentage, 7.3 yards per attempt, was good compared to the average NFL quarterback and elite rookie quarterback standards. As noted earlier, the Chargers led the NFL in offensive snaps per game last season, and their total of 1,125 plays ranks 8th in their 6.44 offensive snaps per game, 4th over the past decade. That's generally good news, but the Chargers ousted Anthony Lynn and replaced him with defensive-minded Staley during the offseason. Staley comes from the high-volume McVay coaching tree, but it's unknown whether the Chargers will move at a fast pace or lean on a pass-heavy offense. Herbert added some value with his legs as a rookie, through 55 carries, 25 scrambles isn't concerning. The Chargers defense struggled last season, and it looks like a below-average unit on paper in 2021. Though Staley's incredible work with the Rams defense suggests the Chargers very well could overachieve in that department. Nonetheless, if Herbert proves to be the real deal, he can make a run at 6,000 if a few things just go his way. Herbert on 6K. I think our whole goal this year is to win football games, and whatever happens, it happens. Notable long shots that can make 6,000 yards this season: Russell Wilson, Seattle Seahawks; Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers; Josh Allen if he cuts down on rushing; Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals; and Matt Ryan, Atlanta Falcons. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Tip Top Sports, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss any amazing video from us. Also, if there's any quarterback that you think we left out, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.